Caden Thunder's in the house. Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad to have you here today. We are just getting started. Elise, hello. Hey, thank you for the Eclipse glasses, by the way. We used the hooey out of them. You made several people's day because we had so many extra. We were able to help some people out who were nearby when the eclipse was starting. It was amazing. Muchas gracias. Los service con three. Carrie Lee, Kayla, hello, Fane, Caden Thunder, what up, squad? Fane with the Harmony, thanks so much. We have a goal of 3K bolts to get Candy Thunder up here, of course. We're gonna be doing some errands with you, Fane. Hey, yo. Monopoly says prep girl. Blocus, Carrie Lee says. Blocus, what's a blocus? Carrie Lee, thanks on, says congrats on 800K. Thank you so much. We hit 800K. Jill, Tony Spark with the share. Thanks so much. Greatly appreciate it. Danny, if you had to choose, skip bow. Diana, football with the share. Yahtzee, Hazel Love. What is Navy Thunder calls Yahtzee, like putsy? Putsy. Yahtzee. Does D&D count? Faux show. Another one. Thanks for the share, Sugar Skull. Miles with the share there too. Overkill, Mill Football, Diana Galvin. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Tony Spark, Jill shares there as well. Donna, Mad Hatter, Amber L. Hickey, Carol Jaworski, Amber L. Hickey again there. Mad Hatter again there. Donna Ferry, System of Errors, Jilly, Donna D, Carrie Lee, Brandy Hicks Davis, Prep Girl, Carrie Lee, Andromeda, Amber, Jill, Fane. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much. Thanks. Another one. Candy, Sarah Ann Wade with the shares. Thanks so much there. Greatly appreciated. Othello, Crystal Museum Girl says. Apparently we need to expand our repertoire of board games. I know Yahtzee and Worst Case Scenario. We played that with the team the other day. That was fun. Worst Case Scenario was fun. Kayla, Michelle Daniel, Mercy, Gemma Angel, Christian Museum Girl, Ashley, Kathy Joe, Shannon Cross with the shares there. Candy, CLKB, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Heyo. Disney Trivial Pursuits. As you know the answers, there you go. Shannon, thank you. Scrabble, System of Errors says aggravation. Diana, thank you so much for the love on the 800K. 5 crowns, Hazel Love. Subeka, sweep. There you go. Sweep it up. Scrabble. It's been a minute since we played Scrabble. Janine, Elise, Mad Hatter, Overkill, Amanda Cherie, Shannon All, Mad Hatter, Christian Museum Girl, Shannon Cross, Jelly 5, Carol, thanks so much, Sir Gotham Knight, Angel, sending out some gifted subs here. We have some new members of the fam. Sarah Ann Wade, Christian Museum Girl, Sarah Bella, Ash, Letters of Love Designs, welcome to the gosh heckin' fam. Christian Museum Girl, yeah, you have to play with other humans. That is, it is a complication. Very, very, very complication. At least it's very different on a laptop. It is different, for sure. Letters of Love, welcome to the family. Glad to have you. Cards Against Humanity. First time Candy Thunder met my parents, we played Cards Against Humanity. My dad had to say a very vulgar word that he didn't know what it was. Had to Google it. Got very embarrassed. Yeah. We won't say what it is. You guys have heard me tell the story before, though, probably. Katisi, Shannon Hall, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate the shares there. Snake and Ladders, Apples to Apples, yeah. You do learn a lot about your partner when it comes to Cards Against Humanity. Worst Case Scenario is probably a pretty good one, too. Candy Thunder, what was it that we played at your sister's house? I think it was New Year's Eve. Telestrations. That one got spicy. Yeah, that one did get spicy. Guess Who? Yep. Scrabble? Yep. You can never pick with just one. Melissa, Shannon Cross, welcome to the God Checkin' fam. Heck yeah, Elise, Overkill, Suzanne, Janine, Christian Museum Girl, Mad Hatter, Rebecca. Thanks for the love. Greatly appreciate that. Sorry, Christine. I'm like, sorry. What are you sorry for? What are you sorry about? For game. Now I get it. Exploding kittens count? Sure. Telestrations, you know what? Let's see if I can find a summary for you. Telestrations, the outrageously fun party game. Telestrations will keep your family and friends entertained and laughing. Draw what you see, then guess what you saw. Oh, no. That wasn't the game I was thinking of. The game I was thinking of was where, what do you meme? What do you meme? That was it. And some really vulgar stuff came out of that. I think board games is how you lose friends, probably, generally. My family is not like overly intense when it comes to board games. And when I married into Candy Thunder's family, I was surprised. They get like physically heated when it comes to games like Spoons. What? Oh, and it was Slaps. That was one too. ERS. Yeah. It was fun. There's a lot of ruthless competitiveness within that family. Kids versus parents. Ooh. Monopoly is banned from your house, Kanea. Look, we take it too serious. Can't do it. Take it too serious. MJ Newcomb, Fane, Melissa Munson, Amanda Shari, V-Baby, Melissa, Amanda, again there, Christian Museum Girl, again there, Amanda, Elise, Candy Thunder. Thanks so much. Greatly appreciate that. At least dropping the 226. Heck yeah. Let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling, shall we? Before we get rocking here, an announcement to make. Hopefully you got your text message today. We have started to use a completely different provider. We are now moving over to a MailChimp SMS campaign, and that actually will allow us to segregate out the different types of events that we're offering reminders for. So even if you've already signed up, please go back to dusty-thunder.com, sign up again, use the same phone number, but indicate which events you want reminders for. That way, you're not going to get a reminder for, YouTube member exclusives if you don't care about that. Or if you only watch TikTok, you could choose just the TikTok ones. So you can go back and pick and choose which ones you do and do not want now. And we are going to be rolling into that a little bit slowly. If you already signed up, you're going to get the Wednesday ones already. So don't worry about it if that's all you care about. If you want more than just the Wednesday ones, go back and choose the additional things that you want there. Here we go. Yep. Letters of love. There you go. The SMS messages last week it sent out half of them. We have no idea why, so we're using a different platform now, and we'll rock and roll that way. QD favorite board game. We'll be talking about that on and off for the first bit of the stream here. Coming up, we have stories about being pressured to propose, family being excluded from wedding photos, hidden family wealth, crossing boundaries with your boss, sibling business rivalries, canceled dates, family members getting fired, and of course, spicy stories, cake stories, and a best of Redditor update story. Hey, yo. Heck yeah. Adventures with Pam K with the bolts there. Tren Overkill Mill with the Hundo and one. Sarah Bass, Tren, MJ Newcomb, Fane, Melissa Munson, Amanda Cherie, V-Baby, Melissa. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love there. We're at 2132 of 3K to get Candy Thunder up here. And we are finally recording a new episode of the Dusty Thunder podcast this week with Tony Spark. He says maybe. Not a diva bone in your body, bro. Not a one. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube side for podcast and other great content. That will be there. Don't forget you can purchase your copy of Piano Man on Amazon, and there are signed copies available in the TikTok shop still. We have a few left, just a few. Also, big news on the Piano Man front. We are on the home stretch of doing the last quality check reviews of all of the files for the official Audible audiobook, and hope to have it all submitted by the end of the week. So maybe next week we'll be talking about the audiobook being out and we'll officially be done with the Piano Man journey. It's going to be fun. It has been fun. It's been a long journey of cutting all that audio. We finally hit 800K followers on TikTok. Thank you all so much for this. We posted a video commemorating the 800K, so if you haven't seen it yet, be sure you watch it after the stream, of course. Please remember to share with people who you think will dig the content to help us keep growing. A reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion, of course, and we don't all have to agree, but it costs absolutely nothing to be respectful and a decent fucking human being, aka DFHB. No spoilers. Spoilers will get muted if you know the story. If you know how it's going to end, just keep it to yourself. Website is dusty-thunder.com, Ronnie. Thank you so much. Jamie, Time Waster, Danny, Mrs. Philway. Thanks so much for the shares there. Greatly appreciate that. And get out your brooms. Members of the Storm, you know what to do. I am recording. I got that done. Jasmine, go sign up at dusty-thunder.com. That will actually give you a chance, if you haven't been getting the text that you feel like you're supposed to, this will be a chance to basically re-up into that as well. Cassandra, welcome to the Gosh Heck It fam. Wolfie Shadow, thanks for the bolts there. Mary, you as well. Bunny, Mr. Wolfwood, Wolfie Shadow, thanks so much. Zemanita, Amanda Cherie, Mr. Wolfwood again there. Zemanita again there. Amanda Cherie, Jennifer, Melissa Munson, you guys are awesome. Stephanie Vandermillen, see you there as well. Pug Mom, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Tree Witch, oh yeah, lives are different. You'll see the videos, but lives are different. We are about to hit that 3K goal to get Candy Thunder up here. I'm vamping for a second so we can get her up before we start a story. Words are hard. Words are going to be hard today. Guarantee. United Snorts, good to see you. V Baby, Elise, Jasmine, Silver, thanks so much for the love, Mouse Princess. United Snorts of America there as well. I forget whose live I caught yesterday. Oh, it was Friendly Neighborhood Tim. I jumped in on Friendly Neighborhood Tim's live, and I don't think he saw me. He was heavily involved in NFL talk. We hit the goal. Let's get Candy Thunder up here, shall we? Let's do it. Let's get Candy Thunder up here, and let's do some dancing around while we can. Overkill Mill in the number 1 spot. The Labyrinthian. Elise Newman in the number 3 spot. Wolfie Shadow Fox. Amanda Cherie. Adventures with Pam, a.k.a. Mary. United Snorts of America. Trendbender 20. V Baby. Donna. Candy Thunder. Fane. Jilly 55. XB Davalos. XB Davalos. It's probably a way to say that, I'm sure. Miss Pamela L. Mama Silver. Fairies. Dust. Can you give me a save on numbers 15 and beyond there, Tony Spark? It still won't let me see past number 15. I don't know. She dancing.
Calamity Candy.
Calamity Candy's dancing around my computer. We better watch out. Miss Pamela Hell, Mama Silver, Fairies Dust, Prep Girl, MJ Newcomb, Justina Josfezi, Kristen Museum Girl, Jackie Kelly, Snooze Nan, Mr. Wolfwood, Brandy Hicks Davis, Willow Queen, Esnall 93, and Amber L. Hickey. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love. Let me get the next one set up and then we'll get Candy Thunder up here. This one is going to get Tony Spark and a cake reward story. We are doing Tony just says 650 and then it doesn't say anything next to it. What are you doing? I'm gonna make up my completely unprepared here. We are going for donuts, ladies and gents. Donuts to get Tony Spock and a cake story up here. I'm pinning that goal right now. All right, and without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the lovely as ever, Candy Thunder. Caden's ghostly cheer going on here. Right in the eyeball.
And that's why they call me Calamity Candy. You're okay. You're all right. Shake it off. You're good. Are you okay?
You're okay. Shake it off. Are you okay?
I can't be like that. I have to.
Are you okay? When Candy Thunder comes up, I'll be wearing these from now on. Gotta get my protective eyewear on.
I'm gonna say OSHA approved safety glasses.
My goodness. Gotta get my
I know. I don't
ballistic
even know who
glasses
this
up
guy
here.
is.
Yeah. pretending not to know me. It was so funny to see someone comment and be like, I didn't realize it was Candy and Navy. I was like, why does he keep going back to harass that little girl in that 800K video? It was great.
Oh yeah, the donut. She was so excited about those donuts. That's when I got lost track of Dustin, and I was on my own in a sea of people. You. Yeah. Okay. So when we were talking about board games, and you were talking about what do you meme, the kids were probably, it was during COVID, like right when it happened. And we had the game, but we had never played it. So they asked if we could play it, but we were finishing up work. And so we're like, yeah, you guys go ahead and like, get familiar with the game and then come down in like an hour and we'll play. So they come down and they're asking us questions about like, what does this mean? And I'm like, what the hell? Because it was very, very spicy, like very
vulgar.
Yes. And I'm like, what? Bring me this game. And so I look at it and didn't realize that we had gotten like just regular what do you meme and not the family game. And so our kids were up there reading these cards, and I was like, I felt so freaking terrible because they got like a
Mom, what does smegma mean?
Oh, it was bad.
What?
It was so funny.
What?
I felt so bad. So anyways, we went to Target and got the actual like family version because we'd already told them that we'd play.
Yeah,
yes, it's like Cards Against Humanity, the original version of What Do You Meme, and it's funny and it's fun, but not for 10-year-olds.
No, not for the preteens.
No, and having to explain like something that they asked about, I'm like, oh gosh, this is not what I had in mind.
We're gonna have an education day here,
yes.
kids. So,
Schitt's Creek Monopoly.
That would be fun. Schitt's Creek Monopoly would be great. It has been an interesting past week because we're still in the potty training frustration phase with Navy Thunder.
If you guys were here last week, guess who has not pooped their pants one time? Only in the potty.
Knock on wood.
Good job, Dustin.
So
Knock
clearly,
on wood.
losing my shit had some kind of effect. I don't know if she's just scared or if she's just finally figured out that maybe I should just go ahead and sit on the toilet. But I was so freaking proud of her. She said, "Mom, come look what I made. Come here and look at it." And I was like, this is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Good for you, Navy.
Work of art. Work of art. Work of art.
Yay, Caden. Good job, Caden.
She did. Yeah, she's a funny kid. I was gonna say flip side of that coin is she hasn't pooped since then. She's just terrified to poop. But no, she has.
She has. She's done it multiple times now in the potty, and I am beautiful poo, Navy. Good job. Yeah. Nice work.
You know
Keep it going.
What's really funny is that it had been a while since we had babies that were that age, and you forget how hard it is in the very beginning, and then you start emerging from that, and you're like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. And you keep hitting these new phases, and you're like, shit, I forgot how hard potty training was. But like, it is difficult.
I'd never potty trained a kid before because, well, I guess we did Brady, but Ava just did it.
Ava came out of the womb like
bossy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reading books and using the bathroom like an adult and using a phone. Like that's just how she came out.
She's very bossy.
I forgot how hard it is to go out in public
with a potty training toddler. We went to Books A Million because I was trying to find something fun to do with this kid, and we get in there and she's like, "Overkill, Moo. Was your family ashamed? It'll turn your eyes brown."
You're told as a child, if you look at your poo, it'll turn your eyes brown. It'll turn your eyes brown.
That might be one of the funniest things.
You don't look at it. You don't look at it. We went to Books A Million, and no sooner get in there, and we're there for like 5 minutes. At this point, she has picked out 9 things already. But then she's like, "I gotta go potty," and I'm like, "Okay, I didn't think about this, but here we go." I have to take her into the men's restroom, and I have to hold her to like hover above the potty. And I'm like, this is great. This is going great. And she did it. It went fine. But man, it was an adventure. I'm like, wow, okay. We need some kind of a like collapsible potty chair that I can put on top of public restrooms. And yeah.
Like a faux toilet seat.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe that already exists. We'll have to check Amazon.
Well, then, I mean, it's still going to touch that public toilet seat then. So you'd have to have, I don't know. It's like a disposable one.
See. Just need to put a Lysol bomb in the bathroom. And
it's complicated.
Yeah.
It's complicated. But the fact that she was willing to go to the bathroom in a public place.
Yeah, we had the Sandy wipes. We do have those. The germs. Yeah, she's trying. She's trying very hard. She's just who she is. Amazon has them. Okay. Thank you, Pamela. I'm going to check that out.
Heck yes, that would be
Very cool.
so much easier.
Didn't you go to a bathroom one time where like the toilet seat had something that like went over it, like an electronic thing?
It was, the funny part is it had this massive contraption on the back of the toilet and had like basically saran wrap around the toilet seat. And every time you got up, like it sensed, it uses just a motion sensor to see that someone got up, and it would rotate that whole wrap around. The great in theory, right? But the module that holds the mechanics of all this to like motorize all that crap is so big that it takes up like a quarter of the toilet seat. So like as sanitary as that is, where you know, basically feeds you new saran wrap around the toilet seat, your ass is still touching the mechanism at the back that is not covered by anything that actually makes all those things move.
So everybody's ass crack was on that thing?
Yeah, there's a design flaw. That's a design flaw for sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to go.
Sorry we derailed this conversation.
We're going to read the first story, and I'm going to go look up disposable seat covers.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.
Candy Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 312 of 650 already on the donut goal to get Tony Spark up here and unlock a cake story. Heck yeah. Let's go. MJ Newcomb, TLS, Fane Druin, Robin Hazen. Are you waving me off?
No. She was doing all these things.
Oh, I thought you were trying to tell me to.
Aerobics and shit before she got out there. And before she hit you.
Sometimes it feels good just.
Oh, I agree. Oh, but I don't need my protective eyewear now. I'll put them back on if she comes up here. Okay, our very first story today comes from Relationship Advice and goes like this. My 27 male girlfriend, 23 female of 2 years is pressuring / manipulating me to propose. I don't know how to fix this. My 27 male girlfriend, 23 female, and I have been together for 2 years. I moved into her apartment 6 months ago, and things have been going well until we had an argument last week about the next steps. Our least words are already hard. Words are hards? That's okay. I want to take a drink. You know, it's this week you've dedicated yourself to being an ASCON 2. I'm ASCON 3 still. I might be 2 this week. I don't know. Our lease ends in 9 months, and I've been mentioning getting a bigger place together since it's only a 1-bedroom. She tells me I'm not going to move into a bigger place until I have some level of commitment. Then she went on to explain how if things don't work out between us, she has nowhere to go and won't be able to afford the rent on her own. She has no family and explained how she could possibly be homeless as she found a good deal on the apartment we live in now that gives her a sense of stability for herself. That caught me off guard, so I told her that's feeling like I'm going to be forced to do that now. Assuming he means that commitment. After I said that, the argument started. She said to me, "Really? You'd feel forced? Didn't you just ask what kind of ring shape I like the other week? I thought we were on the same page," and began to cry. Oh. And then thought I was glossing over the fact of her situation and how I don't care. Yes, over the past few months, I may have done things that would hint for a proposal within the next year. I did ask her what ring shape she likes. We have talked in detail about our wedding and children. I said to her that I've been thinking about coming home to a little one the other week. But all of that was in a future sense, as I don't have a specific timeline. I'm just taking things one day at a time. She tells me I'm saying things men with a timeline would say. I just wanted it to be special when I propose. A surprise. I was just looking into rings. But it all comes off as manipulation, since she's basically telling me if I want to live in a bigger space, I have to propose. Top comment here. LOL, you're a silly Billy. You're dropping hints all over the place, and when she brings up something pragmatic to think about, you're all confused about it. She basically said, before we dive into something deeper, I don't want you to talk about it, I want you to be about it. And you're like, what? That's manipulation. Like, come on, dude, what do you expect? LOL. With the commenter here, the context that she provided was, look, you're asking me to commit to a bigger place that I would potentially be on the hook for and know that I cannot afford on my own. To give me the security to know that I'm not going to have to afford it on my own, you need to be willing to commit to the things that you've been hinting at for the past little while by asking about my ring shape, by asking about kids and future and all kinds of stuff. So he basically did all the, I'm getting ready to propose things, and then was like, whoa. Who said anything about proposing? Introverted EMT shitfire. Dude, you don't say anything about marriage until you're ready to get married. This is not manipulation, sir. This is, you have given someone the expectation that something is going to happen, and instead you're like, well, why don't we look at a bigger place? Like, instead of you proposing, you proposed a bigger place that you would still be separately committing to. Anna says she's saying she can't pay for a bigger place, and you're the one saying and asking these questions. Angel agreed. If anybody is manipulating here, it's him. Well, I just don't understand why you would be dropping these hints or having these conversations if you have no inclination to make this proposal soon. And then when she says, yeah, chicken or the egg, we have to be engaged before I can commit to some kind of place that I can't afford on my own. And you're like, oh, excuse me. I think I'm going to give him one of these. I'm going to give him the Brozo Award here because that was a Brozo move. You don't bring that up until you're ready. You basically gave her proposal blue balls. And then you shifted the conversation to moving in somewhere different. That is silly Billy behavior. You silly Billy. Put your money where your mouth is, Melissa says. Yeah. She needs reassurance and you backpedal, ask on to feign. That's a good observation there. She basically is saying context. I need the reassurance of knowing that I'm not going to be doing this alone. And you're like, what does that mean? Now you're basically forcing me to. That's hopefully there's no like immediate update here. So hopefully OP pulled his head out of his ass and did what he needed to do. Is this the one you were talking about that did the dirty delete?
Yeah, he deleted.
Oh, he did a dirty delete.
Like his whole profile.
His whole profile's gone now. He did the dirty delete. So, okay, apparently the world was able to open his eyes to how big of a dipshit he really is. He's not ready. But why would you ask those questions? And he said he was talking about coming home to a little one the other day. So clearly he's more ready than he's leading on. Maybe he's like a cat. Like it's got to be his idea. If somebody else mentions it at all, it's like when you try to get a cat to do something that they otherwise would have done on their own. They're like, excuse me? Who the fuck do you think you are? He's got like cat mentality. But he did the dirty delete. He knew he was wrong. He knew it. 100%. Absolutely. He knew it. So, I can't say, I don't know that he's like maliciously evil for this. He's a dumbass. But he gets the Brozo ass con 2 combo here. The Brozo ass con 2 combo is like, yeah, it's not malicious. You just did something dumb, but it's something dumb that you definitely should not have done. Especially with all of the lead up that you gave. It's like you left all these breadcrumbs and they led to nothing. Punch in.
No, I just did the Reddit recovery thing on his post. And there's 2 comments. And one says, I'm not dropping breadcrumbs or leading her on. I want to marry her. And the other one said,
the what?
Now it's going to ruin the surprise and feel forced, like I'm reaching her deadline. Those are the only comments that he wrote on this post, and then he deleted everything.
Okay. You know what? Because of his dipshittedness comments here, I'm upgrading him. Congratulations, sir. On today's flight, you're going to be upgraded to first class on a one-way trip to ASCON 1. Because now you just came back and doubled down on it. You didn't just do the dirty delete. You didn't just lead her on. You didn't just lead the breadcrumbs. You came and said, I'm not doing those things. It's going to ruin the surprise. Surprise, you're a dumbass. It's not a surprise, dude. The timing is going to be a surprise no matter what. But you had already done all the prerequisite steps. The last step is actually doing the proposal. So it's just a matter of when. Guess what? When is still up in the air. Yeah, it's got to be some time before you guys make the commitment to move to this bigger place. So what? Does that mean that it has to be done by Tuesday at noon? No, nobody's forcing you to do shit. And if you're freaking out, say that. This is like when Alexis got Johnny the card. You know what I'm talking about, Tony? When she's like, I know things are hard right now, and I just got you this. And it's the card is like, I just wanted to give you something that would, help pick you up a little bit. And he's like, oh, he's looking in the envelope. He's like, was there something else in there? Or is it just the card? It's just the card. That's what he did. That's what he did. Okay, Supernova says she can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me okay? Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, Pink with the cheer you up in the heart me. Greatly appreciate that. We're at 481 to 650 on the donuts right now. Fane Druin with the lightning bolts and the donuts. We're pushing donuts at the moment. The Effulgent one, Lady Stormfly, Juliet Romeo, La Book Dragon, Lady Stormfly, Poetica Rose, Erica Eternal Jess, Kristen Museum Girl, Poetica Rose again there, Tammy Lee, Jennifer Arroyo, TLS, Jennifer again there, Fane Druin, welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam, TLS, Yvonne, Andrea Bachman, welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam, Robin Hazen, Elise, I saw you said where you dropped some gifteds there too. I was trying to scroll back up and see if I could find, yeah, okay. Elise sent some gifted subs to Karen Jordan, Allie, and Crystal Easter. Welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam to you guys. Greatly appreciate that, Elise. Thank you. A proposal should never be 100% a surprise. It's something that should be discussed ahead, user ever after. I agree with that. I think Candy Thunder and I had talked about the proposal stuff, and then it was a while before I proposed. And when I finally did, she was like, there were like 3 different occasions where I thought you were going to do this before you actually do it. I'm like, well, there you go. See, that's building up to a surprise. TikTok did a funky thing with the audio, Brian. Yeah, we've heard a lot of issues. If you have the ability to clear app cache, if you're having issues with audio, that's something that they definitely recommend doing. Clear your app cache. Mummy Kim, subscription is to become a member of our VIP group. VIP group gets you access to a VIP Facebook group. We do a VIP live after the public live today. You get some custom emotes that you're able to use as well. So it's like a backstage access kind of thing. Very cool. Kristen, thanks so much for the share. User 93, lots of numbers there. Thanks so much for the share there as well. Here we go. Yeah, make sure you don't need to update your app. Also, they change things all the time. All right, next story. Here we go. 501 to 650 on the donuts. We'll keep pushing those during this story. This story is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Making a Big Deal About Being Excluded from My Brother's Wedding Photos? So my mom was widowed before she met my dad, and she had my 3 brothers from her first marriage. By the time I was born, they were 11, 9, and 8, and I think their dad had been gone for 3 to 4 years at that point. I always loved and looked up to them, but I can admit now that they were never too into me. Mom would bring us all together for movie nights, family game nights, hikes, bowling, museum tours and stuff, but that gap between us never closed. I didn't see it when I was younger. I felt so lucky to have 3 big brothers, and people used to say how sweet it was to be a little girl with 3 much older brothers to look out for her and protect her. So I believed that's how it was, and I would get so caught up in it whenever they visited that I ignored how much they avoided being around me or how cold they were to me. They also don't have a close relationship with my dad, but I knew they had a different one and thought that was pretty typical. But I still thought they were real siblings, I guess. My oldest brother got married last year, and the wedding was the experience that opened my eyes, I guess. My brother's wife got a few sibling photos taken in different poses and stuff, and my brothers had photos together, and my brother and his wife posed with all the siblings. But all the siblings did not include me. I was not in any of the sibling photos. Okay, timeout, red flag. I'm going to throw that right there. And also, we don't know how how old OP is right now, do we? We do not. I do not have an age for OP right now. 16? Okay, it says in the next paragraph she's 16. She's 16. My mom even came to get me, and I then watched as the photos were taken without me. My mom told my brother I was waiting, but he said I would only be in the bigger group photo at the end. When it came to the immediate family photo, it was just my mom and 3 brothers with my brother's wife and her parents and siblings. Dad and I were not included in that. My brother did this really sweet dance with his wife's youngest sister, who was 14 or 15, I think. I'm 16 for reference. And that was like a major highlighted thing, but he didn't dance with me at all. And neither did my other brothers. 2 or 3 months after the wedding, it still bothered me. And then we went to my brother's house and I saw that I wasn't visible in the bigger wedding photo. Like you would not realize I was there at all. That really upset me. And I told my parents after that, I didn't want to go back to the house anymore. I got kind of upset and the whole wedding and then the photo in this house overwhelmed me and I started crying. My mom got so angry at my brother and all 3 of my brothers, then told mom that she was overreacting. Okay, hold on. Words are fucking hard today, folks. I'm sorry. My mom got so angry at my brother, and all 3 of my brothers then told mom that she was overreacting and was interfering. She told them how upset it made me, and they said I was making a big deal out of something I shouldn't be because I should know they're not close to me and don't see me as their real sister. They said I was just being an overdramatic baby and making a big deal out of something I should just forget. They were really angry at me. My mom and them are still fighting about it. Am I the astronaut? Okay. They were 11, 9, and 8 whenever she was born. 11, 9, and 8, I don't think is too old or old enough to be, to be unaccepting of a new child coming into your family. Would it be different if it was like full on their biological sibling? It's still a half sibling, but just wasn't accepted at all as a member of their pack, as a member of their clan. Why? Is there some kind of difference in treatment that she got growing up, which she didn't control, by the way? All she wanted from these guys was love. And for whatever reason, they were like, yeah, we're good. And you're going to tell me that an 8-year-old made that decision from the get-go to be like, yeah, I'm going to keep my distance. And an 11-year-old, 11, 9, and 8, those 3 were like, yeah, she's not with us. That's some bullshit. There's got to be more going on in the back end that has that creates that kind of separation. If they just did it just to do it, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. And it makes it that much worse for them to do. I'm guessing they have their own reasons. Everybody thinks they're doing the right thing for whatever fucked up reason it is. But there's got to be more to it than just, yeah, you didn't come from the same dad as us. Or maybe that's how they coped with losing their dad. They pinned it all on you, OP. No matter what, it's not your fault. You're not the asshole for this. You didn't do anything. Whatever decision they made had nothing to do with you. It had to do with environmental factors that were beyond your control. You became the scapegoat for their grief or their frustration or whatever the fuck it was. It was not your fault. And here you are, 16 years later, they're still taking it out on you. And going out of their way to take it out on you. That's bullshit. When you are going out of your way to take something out on someone who has no control over whatever your frustration is, you're an asshole. Brothers, you're a trio of douche canoe assholes here. Because you've been treating your sister like this the whole time. She's just now catching on. But you made a spectacle of it this time. Do you understand how damaging that could be for a 16-year-old who thought you were all her big brothers and you had her back? Now she's finding out she doesn't have any brothers at all. In fact, you all hate her. Dicks. Now, quick glance there. You're a bunch of ASCON ones. I'm sure there's a ringleader here. I'm sure it's the older brother who corralled the other 2 into whatever this fucking plot ended up being, but they're all hive-minding this. They're all sticking together on this, so you all get the ASCON 1 label here. You're shit people. You're not just being an asshole. You're not just doing the wrong thing. You are terrible people who are taking out whatever the fuck your problem is on a kid. and have been her whole fucking life. And now she's 16 and finally caught on, and it's really upsetting to her. And you're like, oh, you're being over dramatic. Yeah, she's in the wrong. Dicks. I like mom going to bat here. I like mom going to bat because she's their mom too. She's going to bat and she's like, you guys, this is bullshit. I wish that would have happened much sooner. That would have been great if she would have done this a long time ago and squashed this before it grew into this festering fungus that it is now. I don't know where festering fungus came from. It's just that's what happened. The title of this one was AITA for making a big deal out of being excluded from my brother's wedding photos. Probably she's a golden child and didn't know. This happened at birth. They decided that they just, they didn't want to be connected with her. And yeah, that could be. It could be that mom's new hubby is better off and that she got a lot of things that they didn't get as kids. But guess what? She doesn't fucking control that. She didn't make those decisions. She didn't say, yes, I'm going to have a better life than you guys. Doesn't matter what the issue was. It wasn't warranted. If they had an issue and if they thought that was the case, then they should be redirecting or directing that ire at mom or at stepdad or whatever the fuck. Taking it out on the kid who's just now 16 ain't the play. It's cowardly bullshit. Cowardly. Paternal influence or paternal grandparents could have influenced the brothers against OP. Thought about that. It's possible. So, and that's what I mean. There's environmental factors going on. There are other things going on that's causing them to focus on her, but that's a secondary side effect. There's nothing to pin this on her for. There's nothing to say that she did this. She's at fault for this. Which makes her innocent and makes them bullshit assholes. Angel, yeah, I hope she's super successful and shuts them out later in life. Hell yes, that would be great. OP, here's the play. Become an author. Write your own modern day adaptation of like Goldilocks and the Three Dickheads. And, of course, change their names. Base some characters on them. Make a shit ton of money based on their assholishness to you through life, and then never answer their calls. When you're ready to get married, send them a wedding invitation, but not to invite them, just to let them know that it's happening. And in there it can specifically say, you're not invited. Just thought you should know this was happening. Nina, thanks for the share. Greatly appreciate that. Donna, Amanda Hebard. Help me out. Hebard. Amanda Hebard. Kristen Museum Girl, Melissa Munson, Lena Kaisley, Amanda Durham, Keola Jenkins, TLS, Elise Newman, Keola again there, Olivia Marie, Branla 85, Lena Kaisley, Olivia, Jennifer Walker, Branla again, Olivia again, Branla again, Heidi, Elizabeth, Shanna, Sammy, Shanna again there, Trotinetta with the first gifted donut there, Effulgent One, Yugoslavinka, Melissa Munson, M, Elizabeth W, Hannah Lewis, Jackie Kelly, Noma, Rebecca Bain, Becky Houghton. Oh, you told me how to spell it or how to say this before. Becky Houghton. Bay Fox subscribed. Welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam. And M. Bracker. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. TLS. Jesse K. Dietrich. Jessica Dietrich. Why do I do that every time? I'm sorry. I don't know. We're Gerard. Ashley Marie. Thanks for the donuts. Grim. Miss Fiery Epic. Patricia Corcoran. Stella. Monica. Sanchezadick. Ellen. Ashalana, thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. We hit the donut goal. Let's dance that out for a second. Then we'll get Tony Spark up here and then we'll read a cake story. How about them apples? TLS Journey in the number one spot here. The Labyrinthian Adventures with Pam, Elise Newman, April Wilson, Faye Nadruin, A.K. Mary, Anise Moon, MJ Newcomb, Olivia and Sons, Donna, 12661, Lady Erat, and Haraxton, Overkill Mill, Lexi, 2122, Branla, Amanda Lee, Becky Morby, saving me with pass number 15, Tony coming in clutch. Amanda Lee, Becky Morby, Candy Thunder, Rebecca Bain, V Baby, Brooklyn Baby, Chris Museum Girl, Erica Eternal, Jackie Kelly, Miss Pamela L, Prep Girl, Denise Burkhardt, Robin Hazen, Sarah Sierra. I need to remember how to do this too. Sarah Bella. Damn. Effulgent One, Fairy's Dusk, Stella, Proud Mama, It's Elizabeth, Bay Fox, Lady Stormfly, Ann Brecker, Kenny, Emmy K, and Trendbender20. Thank you guys so much for that. We're going to get the next one set up and get Tony Spark up here. What is next one? Next one is going to unlock a spicy reward story and Candy Thunder feedback. Spicy story and candy feedback. And we are going for... It's a bop. I can't help it. We're going for finger hearts. I'm going to pin it. 25 hundo finger hearts to get Candy Thunder and a spicy reward story. In the meantime, let's bring him up here, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Spark.
What's up? How's everybody doing? Hello. It's pronounced Sarah.
Sarah, just Sarah?
Yeah. S-A-I-R-A, pronounced as Sarah. You did it. You pronounced it correctly.
And then
Thank
I fucked
you.
it up. And
then you fucked it up. How's everybody's week going? Made it to Wednesday. It's allergies. No. It's allergies. Just kidding. It's not allergies. I don't know what it is. I tried to say it was allergies, and then I survived on pure willpower and adrenaline for a week. So, yeah. How do I win an RV? Well, we gave it away. Well, we actually gave away the cash. The person who won took the cash. So, yeah. I thought mine was allergies and it was bronchitis. Yeah, I'm hoping mine's not going to go to that. Cough's gotten better, so that's good. It's Diet Coke time. I'm not a head-on collision. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Tell them about your event.
Yeah, it's over. Thank God. It was good. The puppy, funny story about the puppy. Candy Thunder was this close to buying that pup. Well, I shouldn't say that. She was this close to bidding on the puppy. We were stuck at a number for a long time. And the other funny story is that my cousin was the top bidder on the dog. And I was like, she does not need to be buying this dog. So I'm like trying to squeeze a little bit more money out of it. And I am getting ready to raise her hand as Candy Thunder. And I go sold right before. And you could just see a giant sigh of relief from Dusty as it came that close. Candy was very close. They were basically like arm wrestling from what I hear. And he was trying to hold her arm down and her arm was trying to go up and it was a whole thing. But yeah, so my cousin ended up with the puppy. So yeah, they named him Rex for a reckless decision because that's what that was, to buy that puppy. The Taylor stuff, yeah, the Taylor was good. It went for like $900 or something, so that was good. It was good. It was fun. It was a good time. I think everybody had a good time. Even the introverts, Dusty and Candy, I think had a pretty good time. So it was fun. It was a lot of work. I'm glad it's over. I think this is the sickness is the result of all of that. So probably. But it was good. You have to see that. Yeah, there is a picture of Candy holding the puppy as he's asleep. It's an adorable puppy. I mean, it was Yeah. The best part is when my cousin went home and then surprised her sister who was sleeping when like put the puppy on her, and her sister was like, no, take it back. Take it back. She's like, take it back. It was a multi-poo. He was a cute little guy. It's like brown, black. It's cool. Cool little puppy. Yeah, it's not my cousin, I guess, got a deal on the dog. Apparently it's a very expensive dog, and she got it for not expensive. Do you mean like another 24-hour live stream? Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know about
I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that.
Maybe a longer live stream at some point, but probably not a 24-hour. I don't know. I think it was worth it. It was fun.
24?
It was an adventure. It was an adventure. It was something that we said we could do it, and we did it somehow. That was also a lot of work. It was a lot of fun. So maybe.
Yeah.
As Candy Thunder is shaking her head no somewhere, I'm sure. But yeah, it was good.
It was a good time. We should get a tattoo to commemorate the 24-hour live. Just the fact that we did it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about a tattoo.
Yeah.
What would it
Yeah.
be?
It was an experience. Yeah, what would it be? Just
24 lightning bolts.
I don't know about that.
I think we start.
Maybe like one lightning bolt.
I think we start tally marks for every 24-hour live we get done. So we start with one, and then it's like fighter pilots for their confirmed downs. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thunder and Spark tats. Yeah. We just get a number 7.
You could get each other's faces tattooed.
That's a great idea.
That's a terrible
We should get each
idea.
other's faces tattooed on our face.
Yeah.
No. I do. I have one tattoo. It's my mom's name right there. It's her signature. It's the only tattoo I have. I need to get a Kansas City Chiefs tattoo. I've talked about it for a couple of years. Keep saying when they win the Super Bowl, I'm going to get it. And then they did it. And then it was a whole thing. So, yeah.
I've got 2. I've got my arm tattoo, and then I've got another one that I can't show people that says "Welcome aboard."
Okay.
It's not really there.
Okay. Somebody asked about the Dusty. Yeah, probably not.
The Dusty.
That's probably Bree Fraser tattoos, dude. I'd be down. Bree turned me onto this Fraser fan group on Facebook, and the memes and photos in that are so funny. And it's also so funny that there will be like a quote and a line, and I know exactly what episode it's from, and I know that you can relate, Bree, because it's the same thing. 43 tattoos. That's a lot.
Heck yeah. I've got a bunch that I want, but man, it's not cheap to get good ones.
No.
Right?
Caden has 4.
Yeah.
Miles has a bunch. I don't know how many Miles has. Was the auction streamed live? No. The auction was not streamed live. I did see Dusty holding up a phone, so somewhere out there's probably some footage of it.
I have footage. I haven't edited it yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, better jump in.
All right. Bye, guys.
Tony Spark, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta dispel something here because Tony's account of what was happening during this puppy auction is not completely accurate. The problem was, by this point, I was on board for this dog too.
What?
I was.
No way. I didn't even know
That dog showed up at our table, and I was like, "Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?" He was just like a little.
I
furry.
intentionally made sure that puppy made a special visit to the table, and that Candy and Jesse got to hold the puppy.
It did. So I had the bidder number in my hand, and when it was to the point where she was like, do it, she grabbed my hand and she had it like up to here. I wasn't fighting her. I was with her. I was 100% there. And if it had gone up, like, I would have been all for it. It would have been a terrible decision. It would have been a terrible decision. We are not in a place to
reckless decision.
Yes. Yeah, it would not have been a good decision at all. But at the time, I was completely on board. I understand. It's yeah, we could have had Cloudy Thunder. We were trying to think of names. Yeah. Teddy was kind of where he had like a very Teddy Ruxpin kind of look to him. Very cool. Go adopt a puppy. We could adopt a puppy, but we don't need a puppy. We don't need one. It was a moment of weakness because this dog was just like the most chill, cute little fluff ball. Yeah. Furry Thunder. Yeah. We have a toddler. It's the same thing as a puppy. And of course, in our minds, we're like, oh, Navy would love having this little puppy. No. The Navy, I'm sure, would love it. Our lives, while we're potty training, one toddler already would have been hell. So it's a good thing. It worked out. It worked. Ellen, we don't always need a puppy. We don't. Someday. But someday. 13, 17, and 25 hundo on the finger hearts right now to get the spicy reward story and Candy Thunder feedback unlocked. In the meantime, we're going to bounce to the next story here. This is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Not Telling My Boyfriend That My Dad/Family is Rich? So my boyfriend...
Cake.
Oh, cake story. Sorry. Thank you. Cake reward story. This one is titled, Will I Be the Astronaut If I Refuse to Contribute for an Acquaintance's Cake? Excuse me. I, female 19, was invited to a reunion, but one thing led to another and it became a birthday celebration for my friend Ava. She is not who I am talking about in the title. Ava's birthday is roughly 10 days away and the gathering is happening in a week or so. The main organizer, Demi, asked if it's all right for me to contribute for Ava's cake. Of course, I agreed. A while ago, Demi messaged me to ask if it was okay if I would contribute to another cake, and it's apparently for another birthday girl, Yvonne. Her birthday is almost 2 weeks after Ava's, but Demi figured that since they were born on the same month, it'd be nice to celebrate Yvonne's with Ava's. I think it's also important to mention that Ava paid for the venue plus accommodation, and the attendees will contribute for the food plus Ava's surprise cake. I'm not a fan of the idea of another cake since it's meant to be Ava's celebration. It'd be acceptable if it was a reunion, but it's not the case. Also, I've been contributing for Yvonne's birthday cake for at least 5 consecutive years, but never in my life have I ever received a cake or any form of a gift for my own birthday. Yvonne, Demi, and I have been in the same friend group since high school. Oh, shit. I did think of Yvonne as a friend, but my efforts were never reciprocated, and she only remembers me when she needs something, ghosts me otherwise, so now she's an acquaintance. Oh, and to add, money-wise, I'd need to cut off my food budget if I will pay for another cake I don't feel like paying for. I'm a poor college student and budget is tight. I'm wondering if I'm being overly bitter about the whole situation. Am I overreacting or taking the fun away if I refuse? Am I the astronaut? You, ma'am, are not the astronaut here. You're not the astronaut. What fun are you taking away if you refuse? Are they not going to get the cake? Are they going to get 3/4 of the cake? I'm pretty sure someone else can chip in more. If you don't, you can't afford to. That's all you have to say. If you can't afford to do something, you don't do it, right? I mean, that's the way it's supposed to work. Can't get blood out of a turnip, right? Is that what they say? Can't get blood out of a turnip? Something like that. I may be candy thundering that statement. But no one is entitled to your time or money. No is a complete sentence, Kinsey Rain says. Agreed. No means no here. It is a complete sentence, and you have the right to refuse. She asked. Asking someone a question means that they have the ability to choose their answer, right? Or was this just a formality for her to ask, and it's just taboo if you don't pay for it? Also, Ava paid for the venue plus accommodation, and the attendees will contribute for the food plus Ava's surprise cake. Now somebody else's birthday is just piggybacking onto this. Can't get blood out of a stone. Can't get cake out of a stone, Marine. There you go. Like that one. Turnip and stone are both correct. Huh. I wonder where turnip came from. I wonder where somebody was like, I don't like stone. Let's use turnip. Yeah, no, this is an NTA situation here. It was a reunion that became a birthday celebration. You're not obligated to pay for anything. That's why she asked. Otherwise, she would have just sent you a bill. She asked and you answered. NTA. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like anybody's bitched about it yet, though, right? I don't think anybody's bitched at her. Has she said no? No, she did. She did say no. A while ago, Demi asked if it was okay if I contribute to another cake, and it's apparently for another birthday girl, Yvonne. No, she hasn't answered yet. Okay. Well, nobody's bitched at her because she hadn't said no yet. Say no. You can't afford it. End of story. Wish I could, but I'm a poor college student. Sorry. Also, Vaughn is only my friend when she needs something. So, acquaintance. Someone else who she's actually friends with when she doesn't just need something can pony up for that amount. Let's do that. Erica, hello there. Don't give her ideas. She will invoice. Yeah, there you go. Did anyone ask Ava if it was okay if for someone else to piggyback on her party? Good question. Pretty darn yarn. That is a darn good question. Yeah, Ava. Did you just green light this becoming a double birthday party? Does that mean that someone is going to split the cost of the venue? How is all of that going to work? So it may be worth a conversation with Ava first. I would also talk to Ava about this and be like, hey, now I'm getting asked if I'll pay for a cake for Yvonne, and I can't. Number one, also don't really want to. You could have an ally there pretty quickly. Yeah, Mac, someone should warn Ava that they're stealing her birthday party. Becca says, I love watching you. Shout out to my NTA husband, Cody. Yeah, Cody, you get the NTA label, bro? I'm at ASCON 3. You're like 2 levels down, which is a good thing. So, congratulations. Who is Ava to her anyways? They were all part of the same friend group. So, Demi, Ava, Yvonne, and OP. We're all part of the same friend group. Yeah, we're number 14. Sierra, ranked at number 14? Because that would be awesome. It's an NTA for you, OP. Sorry you have to deal with this shit. It's not okay. It's not okay. And nobody's bitching about it yet. If I would talk to Ava before you respond to Demi, and at least form an alliance there, because you may need it if this becomes a battle. Yuck. Not fun. Gotta solve the puzzle. Got it solved. I think. No, I did. I have 3 different messages popped up from this program that say, no internet connection, please try again. Okay. Verification complete. All right, we're good to go. We are good to go there. All right, we are at 1827 of 25 hundo on the finger hearts right now to get that spicy story unlocked. And NA just sent a hundo of them through. So did It's Kit. You guys, yeah, you're pushing it forward here. Girl loves her whiskey with the finger hearts there too. Jane Owen, Jacinia Casillas with the roses there. Thanks so much. Naomi Monroe, Candy Thunder with finger hearts there as well. Raven Lie. Adrian Emily Smith, V-Baby, Anna Hansen, and Haraxen. Thank you guys so much. Amanda Panda, see you there as well. Nikki Lagurski, Bay Fox, Adrian, Love Only. Welcome to the Got Shacket fam. Glad to have you here. C Sizzle, Jacinia again there. Ali, user 450. Lots of other numbers there. Brenda, Alaric, Ali, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. It's Kit with more of those finger hearts there. Heck yeah. Kaz Wilk, we've only been on for like 3 stories so far. We'll be on for another hour. You're good. It's halfway. Speaking of halfway, we're about halfway through the likes goal as well. We got a goal of 500K, and we're at 240-ish. Candy Thunder and Ava Thunder return to the scene. Okay, here we go. Now the story I started reading a minute ago. This one is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Not Telling My Boyfriend That My Dad/Family is Rich? So my boyfriend Callum and I have been together for 8 months, and over this long weekend, I figured it would be a good time for him to meet my dad. He has met my mom and stepdad a couple of times, but always at restaurants or my place. But for this meeting with my dad, we went over to his place for lunch. Looking back on it, Callum was immediately uptight when he saw where my dad lives, but I thought it was just nerves. He was acting pretty strange all through lunch and was very cagey about any questions my dad or his wife asked. But again, I chalked it up to nerves. Well, when we were driving back, he blew up, not yelling or anything, just clearly frustrated that I never told him my dad is rich. I was confused and asked why he'd need to know my dad's income. Callum said he would have prepared himself better if he had known, and that I sent him in there blind because you're meant to warn your partner of potential pitfalls when they meet your parents. I was still confused about what my dad's tax bracket was a potential pitfall. I could see warning him if my dad was incredibly snobbish or about dress sense or manners, but he isn't. Callum then asked if I'd also hidden that my mom and stepdad were rich, which I admitted I guess I did. Although I take issue with him calling it hiding something, it's just not relevant. Callum hasn't let it go and is now digging into irrelevant stuff such as my previous vacations, my living situation, and my job, apparently so he can figure out what exactly my lifestyle is. I think he's totally lost the plot, but up until now, he's been really sweet and unassuming and a chill person. So I'm wondering if I really am the problem. To clarify, my parents are not rich like what you would think of when you think rich. Both my dad and stepdad have been successful and been able to give themselves and their kids nice lives, but we aren't the Waltons. And even if we were, is this a thing you warn people about? No, this is not about them. It's not about you. This is about his insecurity and his perceived inability to provide you with a similar lifestyle. This is him shitting his pants because he thinks he's got to summon some kind of wild success to create the same kind of wealth that they have to give you the same life. This is his insecurity rearing its ugly fucking head and freaking the fuck out. That's what this is. This is not you. This is not about you. This is not about them. This is his insecurity. And maybe he hasn't run into this kind of situation before, or maybe he has. But this is him freaking out. No, you shouldn't have to warn people about your dad's tax bracket. You should, no. And I understand and 100% agree with you if they were snobby or uppity about certain things. Yeah, sure. Hey, just behaviorally, here's what the expectation is going into this. Just fair warning. My dad may say some shit about this and this because he's really passionate about these things. No, it's just the level of financial success he's had. That's not something that you should ever have to warn your partner about. This is insecurity. Now, if you were aware of your partner's intense, uncontrollable insecurity and knew how it triggered different behaviors for them, and you were heading into a situation where you thought it might be triggered by it, then yeah, giving him a heads up is probably good for both of you. But this is the first time it's happened with you guys. This is the first time you've seen it. Hell, it might be the first time he's seen it. What were you supposed to warn him about? Hey, sorry, we're going to go into a different environment, and I don't know, because you've never been there, how you're going to react. So, fair warning. You start warning him every time you leave the fucking house now. Just be like, fair warning, you haven't been in this place before, so you might freak the fuck out. NTA. I know it's an insecurity thing. I realize that, but I'm still giving him a brozo. And him now digging into your previous vacations to understand your lifestyle better is him just further freaking the fuck out. Because he thinks if he can't give you these same things, he might as well just bow out right now. That is what is happening. And I'm how old is OP? We don't know how old OP is, but I'm guessing you're with him because you want to be with him, not because you think he's going to duplicate the success of your parents. But it's one of those insecurities that's his insecurities shouldn't be your problems. Painted Druin. Yes, I agree with that. I kind of get it. I don't get him letting his insecurity run this whole situation and his relationship into the ground. I understand. There's a. I'm sure it's this way for everybody. It's not just men, but I feel like as a man, I have an expectation for myself to provide a certain kind of future for my family, to provide a certain kind of lifestyle for my family. That's a me problem. That's a him problem. He just doesn't know it. And for some reason projected that onto you and made it a you problem. Boy's got some growing up to do. I'm using the boy term here intentionally. This is a boy problem. This is a boy looking at what's expected of him once he becomes a man and freaking the fuck out. And that's it. It's not a you problem. Some context there is good, but he needs the context of understanding where those feelings and the freaking out that he's experiencing is coming from and not letting it not letting it become a negative for you, not projecting that onto you, not making it your problem because it's not your problem. He did you a disservice there. He did you a cowardly disservice there. And I think it's on him to figure that out. This is not your problem. Tell him to chill the fuck out. And whatever he needs to figure out, he can figure out on his own time, not to drag you into it. And if he insists on dragging you into it, this is a ticking time bomb. In your situation, at this point in my life, having the wisdom of several fuck ups, I would look back and I would say, look, this is a you problem. Figure it out. And then we can go back to normal. Until then, I'm not going to be dragged into this. I'm not going to have you digging through my past to figure out if you can afford my future. Grow up. Sergeant Mack agreed. He could be given a lot of grief for not providing by an ex or even his parents. It could have some kind of, this can be some kind of core belief, right? I would think that if it was a core belief that he had repetitively experienced, he would know that it's a him problem and not let it project onto someone else. But that's not necessarily true. That's only if you're learning from it and you want to actually not let it ruin your life. So who knows how many times he's hit this, but he's misunderstanding what he's feeling right now. So they're young. They're clearly young, but OP, this is not a you problem. 22 hundo of 25 hundo on the finger hearts right now. We're rocking and rolling. The stream looks different? You said the stream looks different?
Yeah, it looks like really realistic.
Really realistic?
I don't know, it's weird. It's like weird to...
I'm no longer fake looking.
Like it's more just like watching. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I hear you. So to fill you in on a side quest we've had a number of reports about the audio and video not syncing, and it's different on different devices. We've done a lot of research into it, and of course the first thing we always come up against whenever we do that research is the users need to clear their cache. So if you have that issue with multiple videos on multiple channels, try clearing your cache. But then we dove into a couple of different things where some creators were like, yo, if you turn your Bluetooth off while you're uploading your video, it works better for some reason. We're like, okay, we'll give it a shot. That doesn't make any sense, but let's go. And then on the other side, I know TikTok displays their videos between 30 and 60 frames per second. We typically record in 24 frames per second because we do the filmic mode and all the videos that we do that are not streaming. So we have gone from 24 frames a second up to 60 frames per second. We're now recording and editing and uploading in 60 frames per second, starting with this stream. So if the stream looks a little bit different, that's why. We're 60 FPS now. Good. Well, I'm glad I'm glad it looks right. Dude, it's Nikki says your voice is always synced, whether I'm watching on YouTube or TikTok and whether live or not. I appreciate that because we feel like we're taking crazy pills sometimes when it comes to this. And some people feel very, very strongly about it and send us messages that they're a little bit bossy. Yeah. Like, hey, we're doing what we can here. We're doing what we can. Okay, 2351 and 25 hundo. We're going to get there quickly here. And the next story is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for texting my boss too early in the morning? Tony, is this about you texting Candace too early?
No, I don't. I try not to.
Candy Thunder's not a morning person.
I try not to text her too early in the morning.
I texted him a spicy story at like 7.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was not even awake yet.
Oh, she was messaging you too early. Okay.
I was not awake yet.
So I've been sick the past few days. I worked Monday, but started getting worse as the day went on. By the time I got home Monday, I had a fever and went to bed very early, hoping to sleep it off by the morning. I slept from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m., but woke up miserable Tuesday morning. That's because you woke up at 3 a.m. I tried to get myself together, but couldn't. So at 3:52 a.m., I texted my boss that I wouldn't make it in. And yes, that is early, but for context, our workday starts at 6:30 a.m. I know because he has told me that he wakes up at 4 a.m. every day, and my boss has texted me at 4 a.m. before. I don't wake up till 5, so I figured a text 6 minutes before he usually wakes up wouldn't be anything to be concerned about. He He responded to me in less than a minute, so I went back to bed and slept all day. Today, Wednesday, I am still sick but don't have a fever, so I'm back at work. My boss ended up telling me, you can't text me at 3 a.m. anymore. I was kind of confused and apologized immediately. He elaborated and said that my text woke him and his wife up. I apologized again, but I really do feel bad for waking them. But he was almost upset at me for a single text 6 minutes before his alarms go off and surely wakes the both of them. He told me that he felt bad having to respond to me while in bed and that his wife was asking questions, and instead of him telling her it was me and that I was just calling off sick, he said he told her it's a female at work who is not feeling well. I honestly feel like he's making this more weird than it is. I've met his wife once before and talked to her on the phone 2 or 3 times. When my boss was out sick for a very long stretch of time, she literally knows me. I wouldn't say he's angry at me, but he seemed pretty passionate about it and kind of aggressive. I've worked here for 8 months now, and I feel like I know him pretty well. We get along well and everything. My other point, or if you and your spouse are such light sleepers that a single text wakes you both up, why do you have your ringer on? I keep mine off almost 24/7. A text wouldn't wake me, but if it did, I'd be extra sure to keep the volume off. I do really feel bad, but I feel like he's taking out some anger on me for what? I don't know. Am I the asshole or is he acting strange? He's acting strange. He's acting strange. Tell you that right now, Animal. I think you pushed us over the edge there with the hands up and the finger hearts. Thanks so much, Mama Jen, Natasha, Animal, Kristen Museum Girl. Also, hey, Sergeant Max sending out some gifted subs to Tracy Leeson, Tiava, Stephanie Rosales, Rilla, and user 977. Lots of other numbers there. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam to you. And we hit our gift goal too. We'll bounce right back to feedback on that story right quick here. In the number 1 spot, we have TLS Journey. Then Kit Loves Books. Dr. Sweets is in the house. Animal is in the house. N.A., Elise Newman, Anise Moon, Jenny Walker, Me Nanny X247, La Labyrinthian, Bay Fox, MJ Newcomb, A.K. Mary, Adventures with Pam, Fane Druin. Then Olivia and Sons V Baby, Adventure is key. Adventure is key. Why do I make it so much more difficult than it needs to be? Adventure is key. Candy Thunder. I am Jill 21, Mungao, Ann Hodderson, Queenie E33, Outdoor Girl 2426, Katisi, Jane Owen, Donna, Prep Girl, Aurora, Mama Silver, Mercy the Hufflepuff, Becky Morby, Silly Heather Feather, Melissa Mabe. We've got Hard Case in Your Face, Miss Pamela L, C Sizzle, Kelly McMillan, Rebecca Bain, Mama Jen, Steph Riddle, Emma K, Jen Quist, CM Varp, Fallen Devil, and Frostedged. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. We have unlocked the Spicy Story and the Candy Thunder feedback. Let me get this next goal set up. We'll finish our feedback on this story, and then we'll dive into the Spicy Story. Spicy Story. Okay, this one is going to unlock a Best of Redditor update story and a Caden Thunder appearance. C-O-R-U and Caden appearance. There we go. We are going Tiny Dinies. 2K of them. Tiny Dinies. Animal sending out some gifted subs. We got new members of the fam here. TJ, Catherine Simpson, Aries from Mars, MCAT, and Chris Corbin. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. Thanks so much, Animal. Alrighty, righty. Okay, we got to finish feedback here. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but this feels like a situation where either hubby has some extracurricular activities he's trying very hard to hide, and this message alerted wife to him receiving messages here. I am a big believer in having do not disturb mode enabled before your alarm goes off. It doesn't make any sense to let that message come through unless you want to receive messages like this and be alerted like this. I do understand getting awoken right before your alarm goes off. There's nothing much more frustrating than waking up 5 minutes before your alarm goes off. And you're like, mother dick. Oh, I can't go to bed for 5 minutes. I might as well just get up now and disable my alarm. Or turn that alarm off and use the next one that's 15 minutes away and just go ahead and lay back down. I don't know. That's not fun. This isn't a you problem, though. You were within the window of time that he normally sends messages out. You could have scheduled that message. I think you can do that. schedule a text to go out on a delay. But I don't feel like that's a you problem. If he is in leadership here, it is up to him. He's a big boy to have his own phone schedules for phone volume or do not disturb mode. That's a him problem. This feels like a him and his wife problem. Either she's pissed because she got awoken and blames him for it, so shit rolls downhill, blames you for it, or he's got some kind of extracurriculars that he's trying to keep on the down low, and this has put her on high alert, and he doesn't appreciate that. No matter what, it's not a you problem. At first, I was like, yeah, that's really early. I wouldn't want to receive a message at that time, but I wouldn't because I have do not disturb mode enabled until a certain time in the morning. That's a him problem. That feels like a him problem, right? Naomi says he's definitely hiding something. Miss Pamela L says, I'm a supervisor and get messages at night all the time. He's doing something. Lola says it shouldn't be okay for him to do it and not her. There's something going on. There is something going on. It's a him problem or a him and his wife problem. Sergeant Mac, what did you say up here? Oh, Sergeant Mac. Yeah. Yeah. On the gifted subs, yeah. Yeah, it's mostly randomized. I think there might be a way where it has some specifics that you can choose, but by default, it is randomized. It's a him problem. NTA. Hey, Becca sending the first gift of Tiny Dinies through TLS with a hundo and 11 Tiny Dinies. Holy cow. Adventures with Pam K, C Sizzle, Katie Murph McCauley, Sierra Howard, Silver, Anna Hartman, TLS, Katie, Emma, Bay Fox, MJ. You guys are awesome. Hard case. See you there as well. Anna Hansen, Bay Fox, Daniela. Thank you guys so much. Elise, I have D&D turned on for everyone, but like 7 people. If they're calling at that time, it's urgent. There you go. And Faina Druin, why was his go-to response female is sick? What does her gender have to do with it? That sounded like he was getting he gave a robotic response. And either in this case, because he didn't say her name, maybe his wife has a beef or some kind of suspicion about this specific person, OP. Your name is a hot topic. But saying female at work in that case would have prompted her to say which female if it was a name issue there. But he kept it very, very generic.
I said, what if he had already been cheating and they already responded to me in chat.
Oh.
You just didn't see it.
Well, I would like to hear it. I would like to hear what you have to say.
I said, what if he had already cheated and they're trying to recover from that cheating? And so this text was like a trigger for her because it's something that had happened previously.
Brought back all the feelings.
Again, that's a them problem, not the employee's problem. She did what she was supposed to do. He just had a very strange reaction to it.
Yeah.
She opened a can of worms unintentionally.
Unintentionally. So you unintentionally made his life harder. But you unintentionally made his life harder, but it's a him problem. I don't think there's any way around it being a him problem. That does make it more suspicious. The female at work does not feel well. Okay, that's not sus at all.
That's how they communicate.
Yes.
Female messaged me.
Did you? Honey, how was the store? There were males and females and children of varying genders, and it was a lot of people.
That's what I say when I come back to the store.
That is what you say when you come back to store. You're sus, Candy Thunder. Holy crap. I don't understand. Hey, Katie Murph McCauley, Becca Barr, Bay Fox, Faina, Drew and Silver, Haley, Vaughn, Animal. Heck yeah, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate it. Ashley Lee, Girl Loves Her Whiskey. Joanne, welcome to the Gosh Heck fam. Glad to have you here. Also, we hit our sub goal. We had a goal getting back up to 700, and we did it today. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Okay, so we did unlock Spicy Story, correct? Yes, we did. Spicy Story and Candy Thunder feedback. Okay. If you've not read this one already, Candy Thunder,
I found
ears hot. Oh, you found it. Okay. Never mind. No surprise for you. Not leaving any breadcrumbs. Is this the new breadcrumb thing? Just keep a loaf of bread over here. I'm just going to mash it up every time. All right, here we go. Spicy reward story time. This one is, am I the astronaut for disowning my wife's daughter after she chose her mom's affair partner over me? I, 35 male, met my now soon-to-be ex-wife, 33 female, during uni 12 years ago. She already had a kid when she was 19, but the dad left as soon as she started uni. We were dating for 3 months before I met her daughter, Lisa. I remember seeing her family for the first time. I was nervous meeting her parents, but when I saw a little girl beside her mom, I was confused. I asked her if that was her little sister or a cousin of hers, and her answer shocked me when she told me that's her daughter. I thought I misheard her or something. At first, I wanted to dump her for hiding something so crucial from me, but she kept on begging for me to stay, and eventually I relented, and soon I started to fall in love with her daughter and wanted to be her father figure. Our bond grew stronger over the years, and in early 2019, before the pandemic hit, we got married. In late 2021, I adopted Lisa, and in early 2022, my wife gave birth to our son, Mark. After my son was born, my wife made the choice to stay at home for the time being, and I was completely fine with that. Everything was going perfectly until a few months ago. I started noticing my wife increasingly spending time with her friends. At the time, I didn't say anything since in my mind, being at home all day was probably eating at her, and I didn't want to seem controlling. The thing that made me suspicious was her constant texting and going out of the room for calls. She never did that for anyone besides this one friend of hers. I asked her about it, but she gave me some vague answers about gossip. The moment that took it too far was when I came home last week and saw her outside talking on the phone. This wasn't out of the ordinary. I remember seeing my son on the floor crying alone. I was pissed at my wife for just leaving him alone in the house, but when I went to pick him up, it smelled horrible and smelt a horrible stench coming from him. I was beyond furious. His diaper seemed like it hadn't been changed since that morning. I quickly changed his diaper and rushed outside with him in my arms. I was beyond pissed. I snatched her phone from her hand and bolted back inside. I locked my wife outside to have a talk with this friend of hers alone. I had my suspicions about who it really was, and when I heard a male voice calling out her name and asking who was there, I immediately knew what was going on. He ended the call as soon as he heard my voice. I then proceeded to lock the front door to make sure my wife couldn't enter the house at all and proceeded to screenshot as much of their chat as I could and then sent them to myself before deleting them on her phone. About 5 minutes later, she was still banging on the glass door leading to the backyard. I reluctantly opened it and was met with a smack in the face. Remember, all of this is happening while I'm holding my toddler in my arms. As soon as she realized what she just did, she apologized profusely, started crying, and tried to hug me. I pushed her away and told her to meet me at the dining table. I told my daughter to quickly take care of the baby so me and her mom could have a quick chat. I just kept it simple. I told her this was her only chance to even have a sliver of a chance of getting me back. If she effed this up, words are hard. If she effed up,
You got this. Keep going.
thanks for the vote of confidence. I said thanks for the vote of confidence.
Get it together over there, Candy.
Ah!
Somebody come poke you in the eye.
Yes, please poke me in the eye again. That helped so much. If she effed up this talk, it was over on the spot. No lies, nothing. She kept on trying to apologize and to say it wasn't that serious. I reminded her that she not only fucked me over, she also could have easily done serious harm to our son by leaving him alone in the house like that. I then simply asked who, for how long, and did they sleep together? She replied with her ex-boss, Daniel, 6 months, and she didn't answer the last one, so I kept on reminding her that this was her last chance. She then just simply nodded. I then asked her if they used protection. To this, she started crying and started begging me for forgiveness. She said she would block him then and there and would never contact him again. I could sleep with any woman that I want from now on, yada yada. I guess Lisa heard the commotion and came downstairs. I told her to go back up, but she just walked to my wife and asked her if I knew about Daniel. What the? Wait. How old is this kid?
13.
The baby?
No. Yeah. Lisa heard the commotion, came down, walked straight to the wife and said, does he know about Daniel?
Oh, yeah.
Up to this point, I was calm, but upon hearing this, I swear even I started tearing up. I asked Lisa if she knew all along, and she said yes. At this point, I'm full on crying, and I asked her why she didn't tell me. She responded with, because unlike you, Daniel buys me the things that I want without having to beg. I then asked her how could she possibly could do this to her dad. She responded with, you're not my dad, or she responded with the you're not my real dad crap. My wife screamed at her upon hearing what she said. At that point, I couldn't bear any of this anymore. I just grabbed my son and got into the car. Me and my son are currently staying at my parents' house. I've basically been drinking myself to sleep every day. Thanks to the saint of a mother I have, my son is being taken care of right now. I'm beyond hurt. I've canceled my ex-daughter's private school tuition and all of her extracurricular activities, and I've contacted a divorce lawyer. He's going to serve my wife this Friday. My wife and Lisa have been blowing up my phone nonstop with apologies. I simply responded with, get a lawyer and tell that ungrateful thing of yours to start calling Daniel her dad. I'm disowning her. And then I blocked my wife. I didn't respond to Lisa. I just simply blocked her. I guess my wife told our friends what she and Lisa did, and now they have been texting me nonstop. They understand how I'm feeling, but believe I'm going too far by divorcing my wife without hearing her out. Do they? They also keep telling me that disowning Lisa is definitely going too far and that she's only a kid and didn't understand what she was doing. I just can't get over the things she told me. I've worked my ass off to give my wife and daughter luxuries I could have only dreamed of as a kid, and now this is how I get paid back. This is the thanks I get. Okay. Lisa, 13 years, is old enough to understand that hiding her mom's affair is bad and purposely used the words to hurt me. But a part of me believes that there is still hope. A few family counseling sessions later, and we can go back to living the life I once considered a fairy tale. I'm beyond destroyed by this whole situation. A part of me just wants to see them burn in hell, but the other part of me believes there's still hope. Am I really going too far? Is there still hope? Am I the astronaut for disowning my daughter and divorcing my wife? And here to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, is the one and only Candy Thunder. Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder. Right there. Right in the middle of that mat right there.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do you know what makes me the most mad about this story is that she left her baby in the floor with a dirty diaper, which is awful, and then went outside to talk to some guy. Like, why? One, your son's, like, your poor son's butt, like, after you leave him in a diaper that long, it's just disgusting. And then, eye protection.
OP's not the only one with the chapped ass right now.
Oh my gosh, like, just, and then the baby's just sitting there crying. I mean, who's what, between 1 and 2? It pisses me off. And then for her daughter to who would tell their 13-year-old that they're having an affair and let that affair partner buy things for their child and expect their daughter not to have like a fucked up mentality about the world? Like, how is that even a thing? Like, I can't imagine sharing. I would never do that, but sharing something like that with my child is just, that's
fucked up.
And for her to not even tell in the beginning, I mean, she brought him to meet her child and didn't even tell him that she had a child. So I don't know that this woman has changed who she is from the beginning. Like, how could you date someone and then bring them to your home and not tell them that, oh, by the way, I have a child?
So two thoughts here. I understand that being a stay-at-home parent right after, being a postpartum stay-at-home parent can drive some people crazy. It can drive some people into a depression that can cause them to act out of character and do selfish things that they wouldn't normally do. That could be an element here. Could be. Doesn't excuse anything, but it could be. The thing that pisses me off the most about all of this is that mom allowed or maybe facilitated the bribery of her teenager to conceal this. I'm pissed at the teenager too, like on behalf of you here, Dad, OP. But what teenager is going to turn down expensive bribes just to keep their mouth shut? Like, they bought her off. Yeah. She didn't choose. Yep. She didn't choose to screw you over. She chose to accept gifts.
Oh, it's even grosser when you put it like that.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. But
I mean, teenagers are selfish. Like, that's just how they're built. Once they.
How you doing, Ava Thunder? Good to see you over there.
Once they get, their world revolves around themselves, and that's it. And and that's normal, I think, for teens. Are they kind, affectionate, loving? Yes, but like at their core, they're only concentrating on what they should do, and that's normal. But oh God,
I agree with some comments here. It could have been that teen daughter caught them and bribery started then.
yeah.
That could have been the case. Either way, they roped her into it. They pulled her into it, and they damaged her character by doing that. And yes, as a lot of people are saying here, Opie may not be bio daddy of this baby.
I know. And if you love that baby, do not do a DNA test. Don't give her that. I mean, I would not do that DNA test.
No. And I would say
You would lose two
in
kids.
that same breath, like you're mad at your daughter right now for what feels like a critical cardinal sin. Like feels like a critical burn, right? This feels like she has chosen to be evil and to hate you. But you got to remember that she was manipulated here too, and she is just a kid, and you are still her dad. And I do feel like, however, I know she's 13 and she chose to do this evil thing, but she was persuaded and manipulated by adults who were hiding an affair.
Yeah, but she came back with
I know.
You're not my real
the
dad.
shit she said she went for the jugular. I understand that, but he has been her dad for how long?
And maybe she saw her mom being, like, her mom was upset and crying, and she automatically went to defensive for her mom. I don't know, and I don't
Maybe.
care. I think at 13, I mean, that's 1 year younger than, Kieran and Ava. That's Brady's age. Based on like our kids, like this is unacceptable.
It's unacceptable no matter what. But I feel like the relationship with the wife is done. It's over. It's gone forever. Right. I don't know that you could say the same for your kid.
I don't, and I saw people asking. I don't think that he actually adopted her. I felt like that would have been part of the story, and he never mentioned.
Oh, he did. He did say he legally adopted her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
he
remember.
did. He legally adopted her.
I thought he said from then on I treated her like my own.
No, he said like a year after they got married, he did adopt her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he can't walk away. I mean, you chose to be her dad.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's
you can't. I mean, you don't just
get
get to say I'm
right.
giving you up. Like that's you.
Being a parent is not the same as being in a failed marriage. Like
I mean, and honestly, you would be doing this daughter a disservice by disowning her, because if there's hope left for her, it is not with her mom. It would be with you.
Correct. To
teach her the right path, because she's not on it right now. I mean, she's going to end up doing the same shady shit as her mom.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on this. This mom has been shady the entire time that they've been together, because I don't think you tell someone 3 months into a relationship that you don't have that you don't let them show up to something and then your child is just there and you just drop that bomb on them. Right. I don't think that that's the way to do it. And I think that showed him who she really was, and he did not listen. He just accepted it and came back and then she showed him again who she really was, and now he's accepting it. But
yeah, there's a lot of talk about him calling her a thing in his message to his soon-to-be ex,
and he's in.
That's not okay.
No, he's in a hard spot right now. Like I would never call.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. You don't call a child a thing, that thing. But this is he says, like, I don't want to be with her. And then he says, a few family counseling sessions later, and we can go back to living the life I once considered a fairy tale.
He thinks a part of him believes that there's still hope, and that's the case. But, okay, so there's two questions in one here. Am I the astronaut for disowning my daughter and divorcing my wife?
Divorcing
wife? I think we can all be right here on NTA. We need to talk about the disowning daughter thing.
I think what he said in pain. I don't think he meant what he said. I mean, I think
So did the teen. And but what she said, she said it to him, but she's a teenager, and teenagers go for the jugular by default when they're upset. But he is a grown ass man who adopted this girl.
Right.
And yes, he's hurt, and yes, it was a critical burn, and yes, it's damn near unforgivable. But is it worthy of disowning your child?
I think the teen and the dad can come back from this. I think they both said the things that they did not mean. out of anger. I don't know why the daughter said it, unless it was in defense of her mom. But
I think she probably received a script because with gifts come coaching. If your dad asks this, and this, if anybody ever says anything, and if shit ever hits the fan, you just say this, and you pick your mom's side.
Yeah, but she was begging to stay with him and begging him, hey, you know what? You can go have sex with whoever you want, and then we'll be fine. It's not that big a deal. That's how she. Well, that's how she played it off.
That's because she wanted to keep her lifestyle.
Right.
And as soon as he canceled tuition to the private school, that's when the daughter started calling and apologizing. I do think that probably has to end. There's going to be some lifestyle changes that come from this divorce anyway. I think that your daughter's going to have to experience some pain for the decisions she made here as well. And that bougie private school probably ain't one of them.
Look, I think he's still her dad. Don't give up on her. Yes, what she said was hurtful and you're in a very hurt spot, but you are still her dad. Don't abandon her. Try to help her. Try to see the wrong in the situation. I mean, if anything, work with your soon-to-be ex-wife to right what's been wronged and see if there's any hope to co-parent these two kids that you guys have together. Because I feel like this can implode so many more lives than just the mom and the dad. Yeah. Like both children from this family can grow up with, shitty. I mean, it's going to be
the
shitty.
Ripple effect from this could be huge.
Yes, thank you.
So if he did disown his daughter, where would you put him on the ASCON scale here?
If he disowned his daughter, I mean, I don't think there's any other place but ASCON one. But I think the alcohol and the pain and everything that he was going through made him. I think he can come back from it. I think that they can reconcile, the dad and the daughter.
He's experiencing all of his emotions at a heightened, amplified state right now.
Yeah.
And also
stop drinking.
Word of caution. Yeah, I was going to say stop drinking because as much as you were using your wife not taking care of your baby, just letting your mom take care of your baby while you drink isn't really a defense.
I don't know. Would you, if you were this guy, would you get the DNA test? Would you want to know?
No.
I don't think I would want to know in this situation.
I think once that decision is made that I'm this child's father and I love this child like my own, I love this child like my own. And if something is a threat to change that in an involuntary way, I don't want that risk entered into my mind. I
mean, I'm trying to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, because imagine like your life being what he calls a fairy tale, and then walking in the door and like just your whole fucking world just implodes. Every single thing. Like your child has been unattended to, like screaming, crying, dirty diaper. Your other child is telling you that you're not her dad and she picks the affair partner and you find out that your wife's having an affair. I mean, you're going to say shit that you don't mean because you're extremely hurt by this. You're going to lash out. That's just human nature to be hurt in that situation and to say things that you don't mean.
Sure.
But I think he can come back from this.
Let's hope so.
I don't think he's an ASCON one. I think that
this is situationally, he says,
he's in a black
hole. For disowning my daughter and divorcing my wife. We were NTA on disowning wife. If you did fully disown your daughter, you'd be an ASCON one because it is not just the wrong move. It is the wrong move.
Be her dad, parent her.
Yeah. Not that you weren't wronged. You definitely were, but
don't take the easy way out. The easy way out is to disown your daughter and walk away. That's the easy road. Take the hard road and help your daughter overcome what she's just experienced, because this is going to be trauma for her.
The easy road seldom leads to good parenting.
No, never. I don't think. Parenting is hard.
Wow.
I signed up.
This story. Okay. All right.
Bye, guys.
We're rock and roll. Thanks so much, Candy Thunder. The lovely, as always, Candy Thunder. You forgot your phone here, Mama. You forgot your phone, Mama. Alrighty then, we are at 1241 of 2K on the Tiny Dinies here, Rock and Rollin' Adventures with Pam K, Becca Barr, End Time. Thanks so much for joining the fam. Got us back up to 700. Welcome to the gosh heckin' fam. Jennifer Walker, Fana Druin, Lacey Lex, Becca Barr. We've got Moonshine Star, Miss Tennessee. We've got TLS, Missy G, Fana Druin again there, Tishzilla, Jackie Kelly, Mongal, Marble City, Mom Meow, MJ Newcomb, Neil Soulstar, Likes Goal Hits. Look at you guys, 15, 16 minutes early here. What in the world? Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, you want to jump on? No.
You don't want to jump on the stream and say hi? She's like, deuces. Deuces, deuces, deuces. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled stories here. This story comes from the AITA subreddit, and I already read that one, so I'm going to the next one here. This is a follower-submitted story. OP, if you're in chat and you want to claim your story, you know what to do. This one is, am I the astronaut for opening a business that competes with my sibling's business? Oh, shit. Sibling rivalry. It's a real thing. I, female 41, and my brother, male 44, are in the same industry, and his business has 3 locations and has been open in the area for over 20 years. I worked for him 9 out of those years and was an excellent employee and managed his business for the last 5. Oh. Last year, he asked me to train some new employees, which takes money out of my pocket, and I agreed for the sake of the team. Upon their completion of training, one of those trainees was given one of the best schedules, leaving me with a 50% pay cut. This created animosity amongst the other employees. I brought the scheduling issue to my brother, and it mostly was ironed out. Immediately thereafter, this same girl began complaining on our work chat that I left things in poor condition and unfinished, but only when working after me, no one else. Several months later, I was informed she would be taking over a portion of my managerial duties through a text, and even though I had been there almost a decade and she barely a year, she was given the choice as to what she preferred to manage, and I got to manage what was left over. I was not asked for any input or preferences. That's when I put in my notice and left quietly at the end of the month. After leaving, I decided after over a decade in this field, I enjoyed it and I didn't want to stop working in the industry, and I started planning to open my own business. I didn't consult with my brother because I didn't feel it was his business, and I didn't tell him because we hadn't cleared the air after my unhappy departure. I announced on my personal work Instagram that I would be opening a business. He immediately messaged me about it, and I told him it was just business. His wife messaged me saying I stabbed them in the back and that I'm scum, and uninvited me to their daughter's upcoming wedding. They called the rest of the family to see if they knew my plans and told them all they were awful for keeping this information from him, but they said it was not their business to share. At the end of the day, I like what I do and I'm good at it. The work environment with my brother was hostile, and my pay was reduced by over 20% to accommodate this new employee. Am I the astronaut for going out and starting my own thing, even though it's in the same industry and could be considered competition? Well, it feels like you were kind of forced out here, doesn't it? It feels like you were forced out. Also, what does this new employee there have on him or them to get run of the show? To be able to choose, like cherry pick all of the things. They knew what they were doing when they gave her that preferential treatment that they were giving you. What's the opposite of preferential treatment?
Don't.
Candy Thunder's making lewd hand gestures off screen here.
Oh, no, Chad agrees. So I guess you can go ahead and tell me what I said.
I look over at Candy Thunder and she's going like this. That's not the opposite of preferential treatment. That's detrimental treatment, developer girl. There you go. So they're giving you the flip side of that, where it feels like either they were blackmailed or something was held over them where they had to give them this control, but knowingly allowed it to harm you without giving you the common courtesy of a heads up or an explanation or anything. So by de facto, it feels like they kind of forced you out here, and without any kind of non-compete or anything, it's fair game. If you were completely mistreated here and you're good at this and they know that you're good at this, they knew it was a risk whenever they started mistreating you that you could go out and start your own thing. Every small business owner knows that's a risk. And if they trained you up for 10 years and then just decided to out you, if you can do it better, do it better. Competition's good for everybody. Yeah. Everybody's like, yeah, brother's having an affair here. So maybe respond to wife and be like, hey, I don't know if you are aware of what caused this, but he is allowing this woman to completely run the show over there, and to the point where it ran me off. That's why I'm starting my own thing. Maybe you investigate that a little bit. Heather, whatever your name is. Maybe you investigate that a little bit before coming at me. There's a reason I was forced out. There's a reason that this employee is being treated the way that she is and no one's happy over there, guess what? If I'm starting my new gig and everybody's unhappy except for this one girl who's getting the keys to the kingdom because she's boning your hubby or whatever, all of those employees are going to leave and come over to my company here soon. Is that going to be my fault too? Maybe look in your own backyard before you start letting your dog shit in mine. That was a Candy Thunderism. She looked up and she's like, yeah, I get that. I get it. OP, you are NTA. Most non-competes are not legally enforceable anyway. I know a lot of them are short-term focused. There is Heidi, that's a good point. Bro expected blind loyalty and respect, but gives none. There has to be a reciprocation there. He expected to be worshipped without giving any kind of consideration. Sergeant Maggie, yes, it was a candyism for sure. Ellen, yep, absolutely was. Absolutely. I don't even know that it's petty confetti. It's not petty. It's just, you've got the experience. You're good at this. You can provide a better service to people because the people who are passionate about it are no longer working at your brother's company. That is his choice. It sounds like he let his dick run his company into the ground. It may not be there yet. But it's heading that direction. And I would alert Wifey Poo why you left, because she may not be aware that he is giving this woman all this control. What would Moira say? They brought on that little harlot to run that company into the ground, so you do what you must. Something like that. Danny says non-compete isn't the issue. OP should be careful about clients jumping ship. Bro could be spiteful. Could. I mean, this could create a price war. I think it is all going to come down to this, though. If everybody who gives a shit is leaving the brother's company, the quality of service is not going to be there, whatever this business is. The quality of service is a big deal. It may not be a price issue at all. If he can't deliver the quality of service because he no longer has the employees to do so, OP wins. And whatever decision drove him to the point where he gave this person the keys to the kingdom and drove off the people who gave a shit, it's all a him problem. All him. The moment he cut pay, all bets are off. Yeah, that's capitalism. There you go, Bloodlust. That is capitalism. He's got no exclusivity. There's nothing that precludes you from starting up your own competitive business. If anything, it will drive him to become better. We don't know what the business is. They never told us. Just a service business that comes some kind. It's not what I said, but some kind. Kid Thunder, you heard me, didn't you? I'm mixing letters and words up. I'm less Dixie right now. Okay, here we go. We are at 1441 a 2K on Tiny Dinies. And as a reminder, the Tiny Dinies are going to unlock a Best of Redditor update story and a Caden Thunder appearance. We got 7 minutes left, so I'm going to dive into one more story. If we unlock that while I'm reading the story, I will go ahead and read the Best of Redditor update story. Said if we hit Tiny Diny during my reading of this next story, I will go ahead and go long and read the Best of Redditor update story. If they hit it while I'm reading this story. Do what?
Yeah.
You're here.
Okay, I've been given the thumbs up. But yeah, well, we're 80% now, so we're rocking and rolling. Trisha G, Nuts and Men's, Zoroya Frey, 420 Friend, Lacey likes Olivia Marie, Keto My Way, No Judgments, and Tiny Tinies. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. Christian Museum Girl, Taylor Cooney, Heather Reagan, Animal, and East Moon, Decoy. Thank you guys so much. Diving in. Here we go. This one is from the Dusty Thunder subreddit. Hey-ho, I know that guy. And is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Canceling a Date? OP, if you're here and you want to claim your story, you know what to do. I, 29 male, recently canceled a date with this girl I met online. We had been talking for a few weeks and planned to meet in person. Some of the conversations we had been having were kind of up and down, whereas it appeared some days she didn't want to talk and was extremely short with me, and others where she was really into conversation. There was also a point where she said I failed a test I didn't even know I was taking. Basically, she initiated a lot of our conversations once we exchanged numbers, and one day after I sent the last message, she didn't reply. This went on for the rest of that day and the next. My thoughts were she may have lost interest or she's just busy, but in my view, the last one who sends a message should get some type of response, but I could be wrong. Anyway, she said it was a common tactic used in talking stages to gauge people's interest by talking to them and then just stopping to see if they initiate. That was probably on me, but I will admit that I had been busy at work that week with multiple trainings and it didn't really cross my mind to talk to her those days. And I was talking to no one else either because I was so busy. As of writing this, I canceled the date, and here's why. We are having a conversation about my nephew, 4 months old, and I talked about how he was my little buddy and how much I love him. I'm single and I have no kids, and he's one of the very few males in our family, so naturally having a boy in the family is pretty exciting. A few close friends and I consider me as family. A few close friends I have consider me as family, as I consider them. So they tell their kids I'm their uncle, and so I also have a niece, 1-year-old. However, more recently, I've been talking about the slight bias I have towards my nephew, but it was mostly because he was immediate family and did not make me love my niece, best friend's daughter, any less. I was explaining to the girl I was talking to my bias towards my nephew and why, and she remarked, I see that you have a biased, insert slightly concerned emoji face. Glad your sister had a boy and not a girl. This set me off because I explained my bias to her, and she somehow took it that I would have loved the child less if my nephew was a girl. That's not true, and I took a real offense to that because if I have been blessed as I have to be part of something I love in their child's life, there is nothing that is going to change that love, be it they are a boy or girl. We argued and she apologized, but I still went on to cancel the date because I felt that We argued and she apologized, but I still went on to cancel the date because I felt that was a really insensitive insinuation to make that I would have loved my nephew any less if he were a girl. So, am I the astronaut? Edit! This probably doesn't really need to be in, but my nephew is adopted, but that still doesn't change how much I love him. His story is a little bit long, but basically when he was first born, he was extremely neglected and was on death's doorstep and somehow pulled through. I commend my sister and her fiance for giving him a second chance at life. The question is, am I the astronaut for canceling a date? And the answer to that is N-T-A. Who the fuck wants to feel like they're constantly being tested? You failed a test. It's a common tactic to gauge someone's interest. Sorry, I didn't realize this was a fucking test. I thought it was a conversation. This is a game, girl. She wants to play games no matter what. And yes, she's like, how quick to judge can you be? She sets up a test or makes a diluted observation and is like, oh yeah, this judgment. She gets the bizzo. Very judgy, this one. Yeah, I think you're dodging a bullet here. I think you not going on this date is for the best. You have enough signs already to know that you would be miserable for the rest of your life because the tests and the games would never end. And if they did, she would get bored and do something even dumber. NTA. This was another game. It was another test. And her saying what she said was probably in another test because she knew it wasn't true. She was just seeing how you reacted to and handled that situation, and you failed that one too. It was another test you didn't know you were taking. You know what test you did pass? Canceling the date. Good job. All right, you guys did it. You hit it. You hit the tiny diny. You done did it. Animal in the number one spot there. TLS Journey Bay Fox, user 596. Lots of numbers there. MJ Newcomb, Little Miss Kipham, Trisha G, Shy Renee, aka let me see beyond that. Anise Moon, Dr. Sweets, Mungao, Vaughn, Demon Peepers, NA, Candy Thunder, Fane Druin, Lacey Lex, Fane 13. Can I get a rescue on numbers 15 and beyond? Heidi, thank you so much. I got my hair did today. Got me a haircut. You can tell I did a lot of outdoor work. Now I got like a white. I got a farmer's tan on my neck, on my hairline. How is that possible? Do I look pretty? I don't know how to do that. Felt right at the time. Fane Drew and Lacey Lex, Fane 13, Tammy Lee, M. Prieto, Mama Silver, Developer Girl, Outdoor Girl. We got Adventures with Pam, Nika, Nicole, Olivia and Sons, Donna, 12661, C.M. Vorp, Erica Eternal, RN Missy. I thought it was M. Missy. RN Missy, Queenie, Miss Pamela L, Shannon Aaron, Aurora, Crystal Williams, Keto, My Way, No Judgment, Not That Ellen, Stormborn, 90, C. Sizzle, Helena Raven, that's cool. Sherry Medic, Melissa Mabe, Hardcase in Your Face, Anna Hansen, Jelly 55, Anna Hartzman, Adventure is Key, Jarby 76. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate that. Let's get our next one set up that we can have going while we're reading the Best of Redditor update story, which will unlock confetti. Perfect. Gotta hydrate before this Best of Redditor update story. We're going for paper cranes, yo. Paper cranes. Makes me think of Boston Legal for whatever reason. Paper crane. Like Denny Crane. Denny Crane. Candy Thunder, you and I have never watched that together, but I feel like you would thoroughly enjoy it. Boston Legal. It's a good show. There's music going. I hear nothing besides the music in my head. Number 6 in the league ranking. Heyo. Nice. All right, they're already coming through there. Okay, we'll dive into our Best of Redditor update here. I'm already going long. It's 5:01. Holy cow. Here we go. The Best of Redditor update story goes like this. Am I the astronaut for taking a girl in a bikini on a beach? I read that title wrong. I'm like, well, you can't just take them.
I was like, what are you doing? I was like, that's not right.
Here's the real title. Am I the astronaut for talking to a girl in a bikini on a beach? It's a very different story. It's a very, very different story. My wife, 35 female, is making me, 37 male, write this post. She feels my behavior during our vacation was completely inappropriate, while I think that it was completely acceptable, and she is wrong. She loves this subreddit and wants for all of you to weigh in on our debate and solve the issue for us. We have been married for 7 years and have a 3-year-old toddler. A few weeks ago, we went to Miami for a vacation and had a fun time. On the second day on the beach, we were relaxing on the beach chairs. My son and I were playing on the beach while my wife was soaking in the sun. I must add here that I love her very much, and she is the most beautiful person I have ever laid eyes on. Thanks for that context. At one point, my son wanted to build a sandcastle, and I took him to the wet sand near the water with all of his plastic toys. While he was playing, a lady, mid-30s, walked up to us and told me how cute my son is. I smiled and said, thanks. She was looking toward the water constantly, and I think her kids must have been in the water and she was watching them. Now, according to my wife, she was wearing a completely inappropriate, over-the-top bikini that left nothing to the imagination. According to me, I did not notice what she was wearing, and I have no comments. Smart move. She was trying to make small talk and was asking me about my son's name, how old he is, where we're from, etc. I was also polite and had a brief conversation with her. We talked about where we were from, how long we were in Miami, etc. Finally, my son had enough and he wanted to go back. So I said bye and came back and sat next to my wife. The whole conversation must have lasted for less than 10 minutes. My wife was not happy with me talking to this lady. She kept on telling me how inappropriate it was to talk to that girl in the tiny bikini and that she was trying to flirt with me. I told her what we talked about, and it was not even remotely flirty. I told her that this is common, and when my son is with me in the park or other places, he gets a lot of attention from other moms, and they always come and have a chat. My wife has seen this play out before and never had a problem with it. Okay, time out. I don't know that pointing out that this happens a lot is your best play right now. We'll see where it goes. Game on. My wife thinks that this is different because that girl was in a very revealing... Words are hard. My wife thinks that this is different because that girl was in a very revealing bikini. And as I am a married man, I should know better than talking to her. We saw that lady a few other times during our stay, and I cut our conversation short every time she tried to talk to me. My wife cannot let this go. Words are hard. My wife cannot let this go. She thinks that I should admit... What's wrong with my face? What's wrong with these things that are supposed to make words and this that's supposed to connect to this and like say things that are formed with like characters on a page? Words? Is that words? Those are hard. What's wrong with my face?
Your face is beautiful.
It's broken. My
Beautiful.
face is broken.
It's a beautiful face.
My wife cannot let this go. She thinks that I should admit that it's different to talk to a girl in a social setting versus when she is in a bikini on a beach. I feel having small talk with someone is fine, irrespective of their state of dress or undress. So, dear Reddit forum, please settle this debate for us. Is my wife correct that I am the asshole for talking to a girl when she is wearing a bikini, or is she being unfair to that lady when she was wearing an inappropriate outfit for the place where she was? Note that my wife will also be reading the replies, so please be nice when telling her how wrong she is. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, here we go. Wife here. I think he wrote this post omitting key details. The girl on the beach was clearly flirting and leaning too close to him. She may not have said it explicitly, but you could see that she was interested. She also kept on popping up in resort restaurants, bars, and the lobby after this incident and tried to keep on talking to him through the week. It was disrespectful as she did not say a single word to me the whole time. I'm not saying my husband was flirting with her, but he should have read her body language and shut her down. Plus, there are bikinis, and there was her bikini. Something was clearly off with her. Comments here. 1, NTA. I've been married for 37 years. Your wife should let this go. You were not trying to pick the woman up. You were at the beach. If anything, she should feel good that someone else thought you might be attractive. If your wife is half as beautiful as you say, then she has had plenty of guys talking to her regardless of what she is wearing. Again, she should let it go. Otherwise, both of you are going to start monitoring each other's conversations with the opposite sex, and this is a slippery slope. Comment 2. I wouldn't say don't go to Miami, or no, it is. I would say don't go to Miami on vacation if you don't want to see women in sexy bikinis who may or may not talk to your husband. 3, my wife finds it hilarious when, according to her, other women try to flirt with me because I am completely oblivious and she knows that 1, I had no idea, 2, I'd never cheat on her, and 3, I honestly don't have the energy for that nonsense. NTA, your wife needs to chill. 4, I've always been completely oblivious to women trying to flirt with me. Looking back now, huge facepalm at some of the signs I missed. A friend invited me to dinner at her place, was nicely dressed, cooked me a meal, casually dropped the line that she was wearing no underwear, and I was like, oh, okay, friendo. My poor wife shamelessly chased me for months, also did the invite me over to cook for me thing, and I was just grateful this crazy, attractive friend of mine was being so friendly. She was about to give up, so her best friend got in touch and told me what was going on. From there, I took over. Phew! 5, your wife is going to have a stroke after this. This is not going the way that she wanted at all. 6, she doesn't love this sub anymore. LOL. 7, no responses from OP either. Household tension must be rising. Edit. Oh dear, now the wife has hijacked his own post and tried to explain further, which definitely hasn't helped her case at all either. LOL, learning lots about OP's wife. Update. 1 day later. I am the wife in this situation. My husband and I posted a debate we were having for the last week regarding an incident that happened during our vacation. I got it after the first 100 responses that I was wrong. Not everyone on Reddit needs to chime in on this one. I thought this forum would back me up, but I guess I need to take the L like a champion. I am blessed to have a loving and caring husband and an amazing kid. I'm also used to women flirting with him all the time. It's just not when our son is with him, but it has happened at his work, bars, weddings, and other places. The worst was when I was giving birth to our son and the nurse helping me with the birth told him that his hair looked like Prince Charming. It was 6 a.m. in the morning and he had just woken up. Followed by telling him our son is so lucky that he got his blonde hair and blue eyes. Oh, delivery nurse. She's a freaking mama bear. Oh, wow. She'd be like, if I could get out of this bed and move, I'd slap the shit out you. The worst part is that he's not very perceptive when women flirt with him. He thinks that most women go around talking to strangers and compliment them on their looks because that is his life experience. When I try to tell him that, he always gets very defensive. I do trust him with all my heart, though, and he is the best husband ever. Some of you asked me what happened from my perspective. I know that there is no way for me to not seem like an asshole when I write this, but this is what I saw. We were all enjoying our time on the beach. My son wanted to run around, and my husband volunteered to watch him and let me relax. I was enjoying the ocean and occasionally watching them. At one point, I saw my husband and son sitting on sand and a lady talking to them. No problem. She's just a passerby and noticed my toddler. I closed my eyes, and after 5 minutes, I see again, and now this lady is sitting next to my husband, and they are talking. I also noticed she was extremely attractive, and of course, I got a bit insecure since I have a mom bod now. She is laughing at God knows what my husband said. At this point, I started getting curious and was waiting for my husband to look towards me. He finally got up after my son was bored and came running back to me. I asked my husband who the person was, and he said just some mom on the beach having a small talk. And I asked him what you guys were talking about, and he said the same things he wrote here. I told him she was gorgeous, and did he notice what she was wearing? He looked again at her and said, oh yeah, that's pretty bold. The whole incident rubbed me the wrong way. Then this lady kept on popping up everywhere we went, and we met her every day. My husband introduced me to her the first time we saw her, and she just walked right past me and started talking with him. I then told my husband I was not comfortable with his new girlfriend. I was teasing him, and my husband then immediately blew her off next time she showed up. When we came back, I told him about my insecurity when I saw him talk to her and she was sitting next to him. He again got defensive and told me that he was just being polite. This is why I told him not to talk to gorgeous moms in bikinis. He felt that I was attacking him, but I could not help what I felt, and I was just communicating it to him. This was silly. This was a silly debate we were having, and I thought you guys would have my back. Anyway, I will try to work on my insecurities and let him talk to moms in a bikini. One PSA is please don't comment on that thread anymore and tell him how right he is. You guys are feeding the beast. Last night he was sending me links to frames on Amazon because he wants to print out this thread and put it on the wall. He says it's his first win against me, and the next time we have a disagreement, he can point to it and tell me about the time when thousands of people told me I was wrong. Comments: 1, from what I've gathered from both posts, your husband loves you very much. 2, this lady is lucky. Apparently she has a super hot but loyal and understanding man. 3, note that my wife will also be reading the replies, so please be nice when telling her how wrong she is. The legend himself. This was fantastic. Greatly appreciate it. I think throughout all of this, what I get is I'm so happy to hear that she framed this when she was having the silly discussion with him, that this is her insecurity and is what her insecurity is making her feel. She was explaining how she felt. She's not an asshole for feeling that way, but she waited till the very, very end here to be like, I understand I'm insecure. I understand that's what the problem is here. I don't want him to talk to super hot moms because I'm insecure about my body. It sets off an alert that I don't want to go off. And it's not a him problem, it's her problem. I think she understands that, but it was the way that it was framed that made that post and all of the commenters completely just jump on to his defense here. And if he had explained that she said to him, this is my insecurity talking here, that doesn't want you to talk to super hot, gorgeous body babe moms because I feel like I'm really bad about myself right now and I feel like I have mom bod, then it would have been a lot more understandable. It is a her problem. She knows it's a her problem. And if she's going to be mad at anybody, be mad at the gal who's running around with the skimpy bikini sitting too close to your hubby and what you perceive to be flirting. If you're going to be mad at anybody, you can be mad at her. You don't even know her, so you can be frustrated with her. Candy Thunder wants to chime in here.
No, she does. That lady can wear whatever she wants to wear. She's
No.
at the beach.
I'm saying be mad at that lady, and I'm identifying her by saying she was wearing the bikini, not because of what she was wearing. Just be mad at that lady for sitting next to your husband.
This lady needs to check her insecurities so that they don't get the better of what sounds like an amazing marriage. Like, your body's going to change when you have a baby.
For sure.
Love it through all of the changes. I would not care if you talked to a woman in a bikini. Now, if she touched you, I probably would have walked over there. But
Walked?
Yeah, me and my cellulite would have ran right over there. No, I think that she needs to check her insecurities and realize what she has is a very happy family and a husband who seems to adore the shit out of her.
Yeah.
No matter what shape she is. So love yourself and don't care about some skimpy bikini girl who is trying to flirt with your husband because your husband did not flirt back.
No, he's completely oblivious. And I could say as a dude, that's pretty common. Like, I don't know if or when or if it ever does happen. We're just pretty oblivious to it. And yeah, I feel like she does understand that it is her problem. I feel like the framing of the conversation in the beginning, in the first post, if it had alluded to that, commenters probably would have been a lot more understanding with her plight here. It's not his fault. It's certainly not his fault. She understands that it is her problem. She just doesn't want him to talk to Hot Mom so she doesn't have to deal with those feelings anymore. But that's an unreasonable ask because that then forces him to make the determination of who's hot and who's not. And I don't think he wants that job. So am I the astronaut for talking to a girl in a bikini on a beach? What was the alternative? She walks up to you and starts talking and you're like, oh, you're attractive. I'm sorry. Go the fuck away. I don't think that's the position he wants to be in. So original poster hubby here. No, you're not the astronaut for talking to a girl in a bikini on a beach. She came up, started talking to you. Avoiding her would have been rude. I don't know. This was a Kobayashi Maru for you, sir. There was no winning in this scenario at all. None. He was just being polite. He wasn't trying. Hey, we hit the paper crane. We got to pop some confetti here. We got to do it. And I got to thank some folks, and then we'll be jumping over to VIP mode here. We got Dr. Sweets in the lead. TLS journey the number 2 spot. Then Developer Girl, Animal, Trisha G, Bay Fox, MJ Newcomb, Melissa, Rodrigue Mungau, Adventures with Pam, Jelly 55, Terrorizer, Shanny Shenanigans, V Baby, Helena Raven. Oh, Jesus. I knew it was going to happen, but I wasn't watching, so I peed a little. Miss Pamela L, Stormborn, Leezy Lex, Theo, Dino Rex, Keto, My Way, No Judgment. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love. I know there's been a lot more going on here too because we hit that pretty soon. You don't think the delivery nurse was hitting on him either? By saying he had Prince Charming hair? Probably not. It's just she's got heightened insecurity. Lana Lady Garden, Joanne Hunt. Thank you guys so much. Jen here, Amy Ames, Fane Druin. We've got Chow, Chrissy Joe, Casey, Lurker of the Shadows. Welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam. Glad to have you. You're going to have that pass to the VIP stream that'll start here in about 15 minutes. Erica Eternal, Lisa Loves Books, Fane Druin again there, MJ Newcomb. You guys are awesome. Animal, all kinds of paper cranes there too. Erica Angelique, Carrie Wilson, Layla Sophia, welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam. Glad to have you here. Carrie, Angelique, Tara Crawford, thank you so much. Cassie Morgan, Dr. Sweets, Tara, Adventures with Pam K. You guys are amazing. Love the love. Thank you so much. MJ Newcomb, see you there as well. Drea, Deidre. We've got Iona, Lady Garden, Joanne. Thank you guys. Appreciate the love. Vicky says, what does Lady Thunder think about the lady saying you're good looking on here? She says you are good looking. It doesn't bother her. 600K likes? Heck yeah, you guys just blew right past it. That's amazing. 120% of gold. Look at you go. All right, we're going to get set up for the VIP. We'll see you in about 10 minutes here. See you soon. Thank you so much. It was loads of fun today. Ashlyn, same. Candy Thunder is attractive. I know this. I'm a lucky guy. I married up. Well aware. All right, we'll see you guys soon.